In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn, dude.
This is season 5, episode 3, and I'm your host, California Cal. Welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome. This show exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life. Because I truly believe and have discovered that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the easier, smoother, cooler, and just flat out doper life is. Yeah, dig? So welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day today. And it's been a hot minute, you guys. I'd like to apologize for anybody I've let down in the process of not getting the episodes. If this has been a strong support thing for you, or your way of keeping in touch with me, or one of your metrics of seeing how I hold myself accountable, I fully acknowledge the impact of that, and I can see how it could let people down. It could have people lose faith. It can hurt your image, your identity, all those sorts of things. So I just want to address that and say that. And I want to say, if you're listening to this, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'm very grateful. Hope you guys have been good. And also a special shout out. And I want to say rest in peace to Hanh, McLean. Rest in peace, Hanh. You were one of the most badass people on this planet. If you knew Hanh, you knew she said it how it was. There was never to be anything that was like unspoken with her. Everything was like, boom, what's good? Like real as fuck. I remember when I first met Hanh, she was making fun of me at the center at Landmark. And I just remember being like, yo, who is this? Like, what's up with her? Like, is she somebody official here? Like, why is she cracking on me right now? Like, I don't know. It was funny. She was just real as fuck. Like, she didn't need to censor herself wherever she was. She was like her everywhere. And I remember when she helped out me and my boy Sebastian, with this whole rental card thing we had. It was a whole wild story, and like that's a whole other, it's its own thing, really. But dude, like, Hanh, you were badass, man. I'm gonna miss you a lot. You know, you trusted me to teach swim lessons for you guys, and it's really interesting. It's like you never know who's gonna move on, who's gonna pass, and what's gonna happen in life, you know. So, and this one coming off the back of doing that episode for Yamamoto, dedicated to his mom. It's like, dang, man, it's just had me in the zone of like reminiscing over all the people who's passed that I've known and loved, and just what those lessons mean to me, and how to use those to get back on track, to really like put myself in a position of power again. You know, because over the last while, it's like, well, I should say like over the last like 2-3 years, it's like, it's interesting that stagnant is the word that comes to mind, because it's been go, and chaos. And I realize what I'm feeling stagnant in is my dreams and my career and my what I love to do, right? Like my me-ness, the shit that makes me cool as fuck, right? Like my lessons that I teach, my ability to help families, my ability to lead communities, and to create a movement like, damn, I can do that shit. I forget, you know what I mean? Like, life's beat my ass so hard over the last while. Or more so, I don't like to say it like that because it kind of takes responsibility off myself if I say it like that. I've kicked my own ass in life due to the choices that I've made, whether good or bad. They all led me to exactly right here. And if this was last month, it led me to exactly right there. And if it was last year, it led me to exactly right there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, as I look at all the checkpoints of life and I go through and just kind of take account, it's like, it's fucking crazy, man. So much has happened, so much has gone on. And man, I'm trying to think. Some of the last places were, I guess I don't really need to think. But like where we were last was like, we talked about the relationship of like, well, I shouldn't say I guess our relationship with life, right? Because we talked about the life scale. And on that life scale, and on the reintroduction, I should say on episode 1 of season 5, just kind of touching over where I'm at. And it's like, damn, like it was this feeling of the dust settling. And I feel like that's kind of where, like, what I was trying to frame with that is like, dude, all right, shit's crazy as fuck. We've been all stirred up, but like, dust is kind of settling. I can finally start like thinking and living into normal circumstances and instances again. Like I can start participating in the community and people and business and the world. Because, dude, like, I've had to remove myself so far out based on the survival mode I've been in. And I realize it's like I keep missing, I keep going off balance with my main things in life that I'm supposed to do regularly every day. And it's like those main pillars are, I'll just say, spirituality and the practices of spirituality, health, and business. And it's like those, for whatever reason, it's like I've been so off balance with all of them, right? Well, I don't want to say forever reason. The only reason I'm saying it like that is because I'm in the process of learning a lot about how the exact problems I've incurred, created, and lived into and allowed are connected to myself, my spirituality, and each of my chakras and my chakra system, because they all relate. If we have a blockage in one or another or multiple or whatever, or if we're not even in touch with our chakra system, our body, then we're going to start thinking and feeling and leaning into certain ways. And this is beyond like woo-woo shit, which, yes, I'm like a participant of, I would say, in a sense. I'm not like crazy about it. For me, anything that's along those lines, it has to be rooted back to reality. So I realized it's like, dude, okay, I can be really good in my spiritual practices and in my health. And then my business stuff is off. Okay, I could be really good in my spirituality and my business, and then my health is off. All right, fuck. I could be really good in my business and my exercise, or I should say my health, and then my spirituality is off. And it's like, fuck. If any of those are off, it's like you can't really progress the way that you want to the next level. It's all kind of left to chance and happenstance in a sense. So one thing that I really want to talk about in this episode, and we're going to get to the biggest point I want to make on this episode. We're going to get into a lot of things, you guys, which is boundaries, right? And it's like, how do we define our boundaries? How do we use them? And how do we activate them when needed? How much flexibility do we allow in them, etc., right? So that's going to be a main theme, because also not only in my own personal life have I been put in a lot of situations where I'm having to like, what's the word? Invoke? Enact? I don't know. Use my boundaries, right? Like put them into play, put them into motion, enact them, I guess. I think that's the right word. So, It's interesting. Oh, okay. So that's the other thing too. It's like, and then a bunch of different friends and people that I've been talking to, and just people in life. It's like a lot of people have been faced with specifically issues that have to do with boundaries. So I'll get into that. Just kind of updates on life. My lady and I, we've been good. Family's been good. We've been getting back onto like a better schedule of all the kids, all the everybody. It's like ourselves, where we're supposed to be. It's like, because work is here, work is there, this is that, and like it's been tough because over the last while, it's like my lady and I have only had one car, and it's been tough, dude. Like trying to share. It's like if she's gonna go to work, like she has a position to where she can go choose to work if she wants to. She can just accept the work or not, right? And for her to be able to go do that, it could be in different locations. So let's say she has to go do that. I got to go with her in the morning to take her, bring the car back. And then I do my light speed training stuff in the morning. And then I go and teach swim lessons in the afternoon. And then I go pick her up right after. And then pick up the kids or whatever the schedule is, right? And then drive all the way back home. And it's a lot, man. Like, I know it's just like, I'm grateful for the situation too, because before this was even harder when I was doing that Amazon bullshit and all of that. It's like the dust has been settling and I've been getting myself back. I've been creating a foundation. And you guys, especially those of you who are like my people, where you guys like see me as my greater potential and my greatest self, you guys would be really proud of me, honestly, because I've put my head down. I've fucking gotten so fucking serious. I've made a plan. I've been writing it out, and I'm working the fucking plan. And, you know, it's like, I don't know why I'm hesitant to say obviously, but like, it's supposed, when you talk to smart people, it's obviously. So like, or I shouldn't say smart people, but like people who with experience in creating something, which is start with the end result in mind, create the plan backwards, and then just work the plan forwards. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing exactly that. It's like, all right, we're creating the plan, the overall thing, exactly what the fuck I want. Like how much, and here's the other part too. It's like, okay, I want to make a lot of money. How much is a lot of money? Put an exact number on it. Okay, boom, did that. Okay, I want to take trips. What kind of trips, to where and by when? Okay, boom, logged it. Okay, I want these toys, these motorcycles, these surfboards, this car, this truck, blah, blah, blah. Okay, by when? Okay, boom. I want to be able to buy a house right? So it's like I'm creating all these things, and I'm creating my business plan from a place of like smart and hard work rather than just like grinding and like being like a hustler. It's like, fuck, that's not the right way to work because you get burnt out, right? So I'm like, all right, work smart and hard and just work the plan. And it's been cool to be able to do this because I'm working the fucking plan, you guys. I'm creating it. And I'm in a place where I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to make a lot of fucking money again. Like I'm smart enough. I have the skill. I have something that people need and want. And now the difference is, though, it's like I'm having my lady help me out to where she's my assistant now, and she's gonna take on the, what do you even call it? I don't know. I'm just gonna say like scheduling and phone calls. And that's the stuff where I'm like, oh my gosh, it like paralyzes me because it's been like 16 years for me. And I remember, you guys remember there was an episode where like, you guys, I'm done. I'm going to close down Fitness Swim, And I'm realizing that was like, that was more of kind of like a what do you want to call it? I relate to it as like a spiritual experience / mental block overcoming. So I think that's what that was when I look back, because I'm like, fuck, something doesn't all the way feel right about this. I'm going to come back to this somehow. I just don't know exactly, right? Like I wanted to recreate it. But now after talking to some different people and kind of gathering all the right information based off of like my SEO stuff with my swim company, right? It's like if you type Fin to Swim or Child Swim Lessons or whatever, it's like my stuff comes up. So I'm like, okay, we might as well keep using this, even though it's a little weird and a little off and whatever. But it's like, fuck it still works, right? Like, let's just run it and just perfect it as it goes. Little name things and this and that, it's like, that's just no big deal. Like, nobody really cares about that stuff. So anyways, I'm kind of getting off track here. I'm very happy to do that and to have that going on. All the kids are healthy, happy, doing good. And I want to say special happy birthday shout out to little Fordie. My little man turned 8. I can't even believe that. Little soccer star, got all into roller skating, and it's been crazy lately. It's been so cool, man. Happy birthday, Ford. Freaking love you, bro. Then, Royal, he got some glasses, which the eye doctor for Royal, totally, like, failed. Like, she was like lame, dude. It was like she was trying to, like, I don't know what she was trying to pull, because check this out. I go to pick up Royal's glasses, right? Like, his mom sets it up so he can get it at, I'm not gonna say the place, but to the eye doctor place, and it's like in a nice mall and stuff, blah blah blah. So they give him the glasses, and I look and I'm like, dude, and he's all like, whoa, the floor is so far, everything's so, whoa, like, what the heck? And like, these glasses are thick. I'm like, bro, you're not even like blind. Like, it's just like to help him read the board from the back of the classroom better is all that he needs these for. So I'm like, so we take him home, and I'm just kind of like, are you guys sure this is the right thing? Like, yeah, we did the eye test, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. I don't know, this feels weird. I put them on, I'm like, damn, like, these are blind, like, prescription. Like, to where I can't see anything. And I'm like, yo, this is off, dude. Like, this just feels weird. So we go back the next day to, like, re-test him and test the lenses and do the eye test. They do it, and they only do it with the difference of his glasses and new lenses. But no test without any lenses at all. So I'm like, how are you getting this, like, where's your frame of reference? How do you even know he can read the shit? Because I wasn't there when he got the first eye test, so I don't know if they did that or not. So I'm just coming into this as, right, like, his mom took him the first time they did the test. I guess they did it right, well, apparently, but I don't know. I think Royal just wanted glasses so bad that, like, he's just like, yeah, it's good. So they probably just gave it to him. So anyway, I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, like, can you guys do it without the lens? And she just looks at me and gives me a dirty look. I was like, well, shit, sorry, I'm not the expert. Like, go ahead, do your job, you know. But then she doesn't check. And I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, no, these glasses, this is the right lens. He can see better with these glasses than any of the other lenses. So I'm like, what? Like, this is weird. Okay. Sure. So, I don't know. So it was weird. It just, like, I don't know. It was strange. So he goes back to his mom, and she takes him back to the eye doctor again to do the test again. And then they're like, oh, wow, okay, this was way wrong. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are these eye doctors doing? Like, bro, what is happening? Are you guys just, like, so insistent that, like, you made the sale on these, that, like, you're just doing whatever to make it work? It's like that. I can accept that. Like, we'll literally, it's like, even if the lenses are completely clear and there's no prescription and he's just, like, wanting glasses that badly because Royal just thinks glasses are cool. And I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, we'll still take them even if they're just clear lenses, right? Like, whatever. So anyway, that was just a whole fiasco and funny. So I've been, that's been the latest. Fordie playing soccer. We've been going to his games. Nate got a new job lately. Proud of you, Nate. Good job, man. Working with kids and stuff, which is freaking perfect. That's so perfect for you, dude. What else? So, also, okay, so with Lightspeed, where I've been at with that is, they've been rearranging the whole thing, because as I got on, they fully were like, all right, you guys, we're creating this whole lane for us, and we don't even know exactly what it's going to look like, be like, or feel like, or seem like. So, shit's going to change. Like, we might change on one thing and it's going to be different. We might train you on one thing and it's going to be different. So I'm like, all right, so we're going through it, and it's like up and down and up and down. And like, so now, and I mean, like, granted, the base of it has been the same. The company's been the same. It's just like what they want us to know and sell and train on and all of that, right? So now, if anybody who's in the world of like creating anything online, you want to monetize your knowledge, you want to make an all-in-one place where you could do everything and be able to create interactivity for yourself on your site and your training system, they've got a new 6K package, which I can actually get you a discount for. We'll keep that between us, you guys. Well, but there's a new $6,000 package where it's basically a paint by numbers sort of system, and you could do it all by yourself. You just drag and drop everything, and it comes with 3 weekly coaching calls, and which help train you on your marketing strategies and whatever it is that you need. So it's pretty cool. So we're getting into that, and that's going to roll out, and it's a really good entry point for people, because it's like, dude, you get a world-class system for honestly cheap as hell for what you get, and all the coaching around it. It's like, it's ridiculous, dude. So anyways, outside of that, I've just been, it's like I said, the dust has been settling, and I feel like newish again to life, and it's like, all right, but also like experience. This is very like brand new / I know what the fuck I'm doing sort of like experience and mission. It's like I've been moving pieces every day to progress myself forward in the right direction, and I'm realizing that for so long, and when I really like am out of alignment, excuse me, it's like I get into this zone of figuring it out daily versus knowing what to do.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean by that? Like, especially if you're somebody where you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, you're an artist, you're a whatever, right? Like, you got your own thing going, and there's not somebody really to like, hey, tell you, hey, do this, and these are the consequences. Then it's like, oftentimes you can find yourself just figuring it out daily. Fuck, what do I do today? And you get caught in like busy work and things of that nature. So knowing what to do, that comes from having a plan. And I'm like, damn, I actually like know what to do today. Whoa, I actually know what to do today too. Damn, I actually know exactly what to do today too. That's going to move the needle forward on everything in the way that I need and want it to. So that's been like a big thing I've been honing in on, is like, all right, creating the plan, creating the whole system. It's like my why, my how, my all of that is just getting clearer and clearer, and I'm just ready, right? I'm ready. Cause like, dude, it's like things are like finally not so chaotic feeling. There's still a lot of elements of chaos here and there, but honestly, it's like a lot of it is like chilled out, and it feels like what is. And I can start addressing one thing at a time. So it's like anywhere where I went into debt, anywhere where something became a loose end, anything like that. It's like, okay, one thing at a time, man. One thing at a time. Let's pay this. Let's do this. Let's handle this. Like, because, man, it's been absolute, pure, concentrated chaos the last few months and years. And that shit's crazy when that happens. And, like, another big point and topic I wanted to talk about on this episode is workability. Because without workability, there's no resolution. And if there's no resolution, then typically that means we just need to stop the conversation, right? It's like if we are going through something with somebody and either one of us is creating no workability, then there can be no resolution. And beyond that, like, it just becomes, I don't know, like bullets, I guess, or arrows at each other. But it's like, all right, well, like, how can we find and discover and create or go back a state of workability? For me, I believe that and have experienced and observed that when there's no workability, you need to do your best to stop. And then, like I said, discover a state of workability for yourself and for the other individual. So it's like, okay, how do you actually do that and maintain your own boundary? So, like, it's interesting when you encounter something like that, because for me, it's like, when I think, and like I said, what I wanted to get into was boundaries. For me, I've very much sat on and thought about, and I kind of always shuffle around and like reconsider and add different considerations to my boundaries. But the thing is like, at the bottom line, like, the way I see it, boundaries work in layers. So, like, again, I'm a very visual person. So the way I see it is like a dartboard. Yourself is in the middle, and that's your absolute, and there's a little circle around that one, right? Like your typical round circular dartboard. In the middle of the target, in the middle of the dartboard is the center bullseye. And that is your absolute inner peace, and there's just things that are not allowed inside that circle, where it's just like beyond what you're willing to do. It's like, all right, well, I'm not willing to just jump off of a building. I'm not willing to just like drive 130 down a residential street. I'm not willing to do these sorts of things, right? So it's like, you know absolutely that. You know that if somebody attacks your family, somebody comes to harm you, rob you, whatever, that anything that's like brings you harm, that's absolutely not allowed inside of there, right? So then you've got the next layer, and typically the middle's worth 100 points. So then let's call the next ring 80 points. And that one, the target's a little bit bigger, the boundary's a little bit bigger, there's a little bit more leniency on that boundary, and that's the one before it gets to actual, like, deeply you. Some people are allowed to, like, penetrate that boundary. And for me, it's like the people that I love dearly and like have their backs no matter what, they're allowed down to like the very, very bottom of that boundary. And I know that securely with myself. It's like, there's nothing that, there's like certain people in my life that it's like, there's nothing they could do that would cut them out of my life forever. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's like, for me, it's like parents, mom, dad, brother, kids, like those are like absolutes. And because I know those are my people, no matter what, right? Like whoever's my family, like my lady, my kids, those are absolutes. So if they're allowed to get to the bottom of that boundary, the 80-point boundary, as where somebody on the next layer, maybe a more distant relative, they're not allowed to take it as far with me. They can get the outer edge of that 80 boundary, right? It's like, okay, I got love for you. You can say some crazy shit, but I'm going to draw it here because I don't necessarily like need to spend time with you or do this or that or whatever the case may be, right? Then you got your next one. It's like, all right, 60 points. All right, 50 points. All right, 30 points, 20 points, 10 points, 5 points. And then it's just a miss where it's like an absolute, it's like nobody is allowed to do this on your board whatsoever. Doesn't matter the status with you. So like, that's how I see boundaries. It's like, I think everything that's not the 100 is slightly flexible for certain people. And that's who you're loyal to. That's your allegiances. It's like, all right, well, like, somebody within inside of a certain circle can can act a little more out of pocket, say a little more crazy shit, be a little bit more like off-putting or whatever, and it's okay. We can come back from it. We kind of know that they're like that. It is what it is. We got love for this person. We're just gonna maintain that for them, right? And then it's like, then there's things where it's like, okay, within your whole thing, it's like, okay, so let's say that the most outer barrier, your last like 5 points or 10 points or whatever the smallest number on the board is, that's not a miss, that represents complete strangers in public in a different community. Because in your own community, it's a little different. And then your own smaller community, it's a little different. And then in your own smaller community, it's a little different. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, is like, is your community, as it shrinks down, the boundaries sometimes have to grow stronger, or well, not stronger. They just are what they are. But I think when we can analyze and know who's allowed to what boundaries, it's a healthy relationship with it. So like, drawing a hard boundary, I don't think is stubborn when you've analyzed your boundaries all the way in and out, and on like a point system like this, or a visual, or however you want to call it, right? Because it's like, for me, if it's an outsider, if it's somebody I don't necessarily know, and they're trying to come and, I don't know, borrow the broom out of my yard, you're going to get met with like extreme confrontation, because that's stealing. You know what I'm saying? But if it was like the neighbor, or like one of my friends, or a relative, or like somebody that we know, and it's like that, or like somebody who's doing construction, or somebody's working on the house, or like something, right? And they're like, oh, this broom, I'm working on this here, I'll just use this real quick. It's like, no, they're going to be like, oh, of course, bro, use it. Go ahead. Like, by all means, just, you don't even have to put it back where you found it. Just, yeah, go ahead, you know, type of thing. So, like, that's how I have a relationship with my boundaries and my loyalty. Like, my people who are really, really all the way authentically my people. And when I say family, it's like some of the people who are my friends, you guys are in that, you know that. And I hope you're not being lame and be like, oh, you didn't say us or me. And it's like, stop. Anyway, like that's how it goes for me. So it's like, if you come and you borrow my broom and you're a stranger, I'm going to treat you accordingly. That's not allowed on my dartboard at all. Even at the smallest points, that's not allowed on my dartboard. You're stealing. So like, there's just things like that. Or it's like, if you come and you try to if you try to like hurt my family, or hurt somebody, or like do something like that, it's like, no, you're gonna get met with an absolute. Or it's like, if we're in public and like you're like trying to like hurt a kid, or steal a kid, or hurt a woman, or like something, it's like, no, it's like, you're just gonna get met with an absolute force. Like, you're gonna get punched, you're gonna get kicked, you're gonna get like some things, you're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get tackled, like something. So like, I think when we analyze our here's the other point I wanted to make, was like, I don't believe that our boundaries are steppable by other people. They are to a certain point. Sometimes people can get themselves on your board, and you're just kind of forced to fucking deal with it. And when that happens, it's like, all right, well, where on this board are they allowed? Or is their dart just not allowed on my board at all? And like, that gets tricky, because it's like, dude, sometimes somebody's absolute, their 100 point boundary is somebody else's 5 point boundary. And it's like, I think that's all like a disagreement is like, dude, this is worth 100 points to me. Someone else goes, what are you talking about? That's 5 points. That's like not even on the board, barely. And it's like, okay, agree, but can we both agree that both of our darts exist on this board and the value of it is worth different to us? So it's like, all right, it's like, okay, well, I can put myself in your shoes and see how something might not be a big deal. But then it's like, all right, well, can you put yourself in my shoes and see how something is a big deal, or vice versa, right? Because boundaries, I'm realizing through so many conversations that people don't have these absolutes on their boundaries because it's like not socially acceptable. And to me, it's like I'm kind of at a point where it's like I don't really care about like the socially acceptable things that much. Like a little bit, yeah, and in certain things and whatever, yeah. But like as a whole, I don't really worry about it. I'm not really afraid to live outside of like what's normal or whatever, right? But because of that, it's like it has me understand my boundaries very, very well. And growing up multicultural, like being half Chinese and half Norwegian, growing up in the United States in a Filipino town with a bunch of Filipinos, Vietnamese, and Mexicans, and it's like it's a trip, dude. Because and also like other mixed race kids too. You get to understand culture and boundaries in such a very unique and incredibly long thought out process, because my whole life I'm going, is this but like in Chinese culture, everything is like forethought. You've already you know all the rules, and the rules are established. It's like you come over, you bring something. You bring some kind of food. You bring oranges, lucky oranges, to put at an altar, or to eat, or whatever the case may be. Or you bring some food, you bring some bread, you bring a tray, or whatever, anything like that. You take your shoes off automatically. You already come, you're clean, you're not dirty, your feet don't stink, your breath doesn't stink. Like you're already on point when you show up. It's like you're already looking good. Your socks are clean. There's a certain way you have to show up if you are in the Asian culture or in a Chinese culture, right? For the most part. And it's like, keep in mind, it's like my relatives are in families like straight from China. So then to be American, it's like I can't say I really have Norwegian influence, but I don't say white. To me, I think it's disrespectful to my ancestors. So I specifically say, no, I'm half Chinese and half Norwegian, because that's what I am. But I should say the American side of all of this, it's like I said, it's like my grandparents and relatives are from China. So it's the Chinese influence is heavy, right? And then at the same time, having American culture and being half white and half Chinese, I see, hear, and feel things that other people like are never put in the position of. Because it's like, if you live a Chinese lifestyle or a Chinese American lifestyle, you live a certain lifestyle. And there's similarities that like almost all Chinese American people or like households do, eat, look like, smell like, abide by. All of that, all the way down to like the brands of cars, the types of schools, where they bought the house, why they bought the house, the numbers on the house, where the kids' names came from, how they got the kid. Like, it's all like, they're all doing it. So it's like, that's the culture that you grow up in and that you know and what you're accustomed to. And it's like, the people who look like you are doing it, the people who sound like you are doing it, the people who smell like you are doing it, the people who act like you are doing it. So then like being mixed race, you're like, shit, there's not really any, but there's people who kind of look like me, but damn, they're entirely different. It's like, damn, I got homies who are like Irish and Filipino, or English and Vietnamese, or like what, or, you know, it's like whatever, right? Like, or all sorts of different mixes, and none of us really look alike. We don't smell the same, because it's like, Chinese people and Vietnamese people don't smell the same. The food they eat don't smell the same. Like, it's just different. So And I mean, I guess if you're on some racist jokes out in some fucking whatever, you'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, same shit. Okay, I get it. That could be funny, but we're not talking about that. So, like, due to this, it's like, okay, in American culture, you can, like, open some, it's like, if it's your homies, you just open the door and walk in. You can leave your shoes on. You can go and start eating stuff. You can go and just use the bathroom. You don't have to ask. You can... you know what I mean? Like, you can just start touching stuff. You can, it's just kind of like, hey, just come in, be comfortable, whatever. As we're like Asians are in Asian culture, it's like I said, everything's forethought. There's rules you already all know. You don't pass a certain decibel until like the setting kind of switched over and whatever. It's like, there's just certain vibes, and it's like, I don't even know if Asian people notice these things. They're just doing it. Part of me just does it, but then because I'm like, also I'm half Norwegian, I'm like Americanized also, I'm like, oh shit, how come they don't do this? Damn, my Mexican homies do this. Damn, my Vietnamese homies do this. My white friends do this. My da-da-da. It's like, damn, okay, this is interesting. It's like, okay, well, some of my Mexican homies live like my white and black homies, and then some of my black and white homies kind of live more like some of my Asian homies, and it's just like, it's all interesting, right? So because of this position, growing up in Mira Mesa, it puts me in the lens of like, damn, this is so diverse. There's so many different rules to abide by. And it's like, for myself, I also grew up in a black household. I know you guys are like, what do you guys say? You're just making shit up. But it's like, no, I really did. It's like, my second mom, somebody who I consider a second mom to me, she was black. And I grew up in a black household. Like my best friend Puff, his family's black. We grew up together. It's like, I got spankings in his house. I got grabbed by the ear and toted around. Like, I had to sit and eat my greens. Like, we got caught like trying to sneak X-rated cassette tape out of the house. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I was in there. So it's like, and there's a whole different like lens of life that you look through in that culture. So all these different cultures is like, it equals so many different like understandings of rules. So it's like, man, it's like, it's never a thing. It's like, I don't know, when you observe cultures and what all of their boundaries are, you kind of know how to just come in and like be cool with people. And it's like, that's also the same thing that lets you be cool with locals if you go to a foreign country or something like that, is that like you observe the rules, the boundaries, and you know not to step them. There's certain mannerisms, certain body language that's just like okay and not okay. You know what I mean? So like, so for me, that's how I've like tuned my boundaries. It's like, I didn't know this my whole life, but what I've been observing my whole life is boundaries. And that's really the thing that I've been seeing. It's like when my sister died and my grandma died and my aunt died all in the same month when I was a kid, it spun me out, and I was always like outside of my body observing life. And what I was observing was people's boundaries and why people would get along and why people wouldn't get along, and what made people likable and what made people unlikable. And I'm like just seeing all of it. I'm like, damn, I don't know why, but all this is plain as day to me. It's like, that's also why it's like I never really cared to be cool. And that's kind of, it's like, for me, I've always been that type of person where it's like, I'm medium popular, but everybody knows me and I know everybody. And it's like, and then I hang out with like, I'm also like a very like underdog type of person. So like, I'm very much positioned as the underdog, medium popularity, but I know everybody. And I'm like always into something somewhere in the background. It's like I have my hands in so many different things throughout my life. It's like, it's interesting, right? So I realize I'm kind of just therapy sessioning right now. But I'm realizing that this is where I learned my boundaries and where I've observed them and why and how I've been able to activate them and define them so clearly. Because it's like my boundaries have sway and allowance but only to the next boundary, right? And it's like, I'm not closed off to changing anything about my view or things to tweak or improve and enhance my boundaries. So it's like I'm always open and willing for that. It's like, it's just a trip, dude, because I see that when people, like I said, the only way people can overstep our boundary is if we overstep our own boundary, or we let our boundary down, I should say. If we don't honor our boundary, that's a better way to say it.
Damn, dude.
Like, if we don't honor our boundary, people can overstep them. It's like, all right, well, if this person ever talks to me like this again, I'm fucking whatever. And then they come back and it's like, same thing. It's like, oh, well, that was because I did this and that. And then all of a sudden what happens is like, it's like a lack of confidence comes in, and then people just like overstep, right? So I'm seeing it's like, okay, boundaries are the most important thing we can have for ourselves and then with each other, because that's the thing that equals getting ran over or not. Right? And I realize I'm like speaking to the softer side of things, but this also applies to like the hard and tough ass side of things as well. So I encourage everybody to analyze and look at like all the dimensions of your boundaries and how they work and why they work, and like how we can create workability at each one of our boundary layers and levels. Because it's like, okay, let's say you work with somebody who you just fucking absolutely despise, and everything about them you despise. They annoy you in every way, they bug you in every way, they make you unhappy when you go home, they make you unhappy on your day off, they make you unhappy even considering that they're going to be there tomorrow or anything like that. And you just wish not goodness on them. You're just, you don't like this person. All right, it's like you can draw your boundaries with them, but it's like if somebody's really just like an out of control asshole, then, and they're just going to keep being an out of control asshole, and they won't even like acknowledge it for themselves or try to work on it, and they're just going to keep doing it and blaming you and blaming others and da-da-da-da-da. You literally, it's like, you either have to leave or figure something out inside there, which is like report them or whatever, but you already know it's going to make it worse. So you can't even do that. They won't even believe you, whatever the case is, right? Like the boundary has to be, all right, well, fuck this. If this is never changing, that means God's got a better plan for me. There's something bigger than this for me. Like my life plan is bigger and better than this and different than this. And the way I see it is that's typically your sign from God, your higher self, whoever you talk to spiritually, to get the fuck out of there and to move on to your next level and layer of greatness. Because otherwise you're trampling your 100% boundary every single time. And it's like, dude, if your boundary is not like, I don't want to feel like shit, at least, like at a minimum, then it's just not going to work out. You know what I mean? It's just going to keep happening over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I highly encourage everybody to like really like just kind of go through and see what like the limits and the allowance of these boundaries are, to where you can hold yourself to your own boundary. You know what I'm saying? So crazy shit, man. Life has been incredible and terrible and incredible and terrible all in the same token. But I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful at the end of it. I'm grateful to be where I am. I'm grateful to have everything I have. I'm grateful to have who I have. And yeah, just thank you to everybody. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, following along. We're getting swim lessons on and cracking. So stay tuned for that. The Instagram for that, I'm growing that Instagram again. I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna start doing all sorts of things with it. Well, I already have been doing things with it, I should say. And I'm gonna keep feeding that. Don't worry about the Damn Dude Podcast Instagram. I don't really use that anymore. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just too much, honestly. And I kind of prefer having this connected to my personal self rather than its own independent thing. So that's kind of why I stopped using it. I should probably just delete that page or just put a thing that says, hey, go to Real California Cal, follow blah, blah, blah there. So yeah, that's where you can find me if you want to follow me on Instagram at Real California Cal, just like it's spelled, as well as at Fin2Swim, FIN2 and swim. See all sorts of cool shit, some baby magic like you never seen before. And yeah, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's been crazy. I'm gonna be back on more regular episodes as I get myself structured up. You heard me. And thank you. A special thank you.
Damn, dude.
To whoever was talking shit through my personal notes or my through the fan mail. Whoever was talking shit through fan mail, thank you. I apologize. We're back on track here. I probably said that last time and fucking fell all the way off track. But yeah. So you guys, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for following along. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember to be grateful. And let's make this world a better and cooler and safer and cleaner and doper and more deeper of thought and spiritual place. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. And please be sure to tell a friend about let me re-say that. Please be sure to tell a friend to tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, Dove Shack, farming, feeding, redneck, pencil neck geek out in the state of Iowa about the Damn Dude fucking podcast. You dig? Because you know he's never heard half the shit and probably don't even understand half the words I'm saying. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful day. This is season 5, episode 3. And I am and will be your host, California Cal. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.